Hello and welcome to Council Action. I'm Russ Inman, and joining us tonight for the first time is one of our newly elected council members, Tommy Siam from Ward 9. Tommy, how you doing tonight?
Good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well. Now, every councilman's always nervous the first show, but we don't want you to be. This is just a good chance for us to go through the agenda tonight. Okay. We're going to talk about what happened at the council meeting. It was a pretty light meeting. And we're going to take advantage of that light meeting for just a moment here. Tommy, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you married, kids? Why are you on the council?
I'm married. My wife is Becky Sharma. We live over on Ascot Terrace. We don't have any children. We've always been sort of busy with our careers and everything. Okay. I work as a Boeing engineer. I test cockpit avionics basically to make sure they work correctly and everything. And also, you know, obviously I'm here on the council too and everything. So
what brought you into the politics side?
I think I was just interested in finding ways to serve my community. As some people may know, my wife Becky ran for state representative a couple of times, and I was sort of inspired by her to find ways to serve the community and see if there's any way I could be of service as well. So I decided to just go ahead and run. And I did. I worked pretty hard to, you know, knock on doors and talk to people and get in touch with them and their concerns. And, you know, so I'm hoping for the next few years I'll be able to represent them well here on the council. So.
Well, welcome to the City Council, Tommy. I think
Thank you.
You'll get to know all the folks here. We're all real easy to get along with, and it's a good council here in the city.
I really do appreciate that. I mean, they've been the mayor and the other council members have been very hospitable. They've never shown anything but willingness to work with me and, you know, bring me into the group and everything, and
Excellent.
I really appreciate that.
Well, good. Good.
And the same with you. You're also
Well, that's just because I'm used to them not liking me, because you know, I'll ask the hard questions and they're like, "Get him out of here." No, it's all good. Tommy, let's talk a little bit about the meeting, the agenda. It started off with some commendations. Those are some real positive aspects that the Florissant has for two officers, Officer Lothridge and Officer Betham. So a lot of good things happening in the police department right now. We even got to see a new police dog. That's a puppy right now. It's got a long ways to go with training, but it was donated to the force.
Absolutely. The puppy was very cute, and I, as well as I could tell everybody else here, was very much enjoying his presence. And also, I'm always glad to hear stories like that, because it's our police department who keeps us safe. You know, the Florissant Police. It's the reason we feel safe to, you know, to go about our neighborhoods and carry out our daily business. So I'm very grateful to them for what they do every day, and they put their lives on the line for us. And the story that the city clerk read out, you know, I mean, really brought that home. So.
That was a certificate of appreciation that was given to Sherry Opick, if I pronounced the last name right. It was her donations that made that dog possible.
Right. Very much appreciated.
The city also had beautiful home awards tonight. Every ward got to pick out a house in their ward that they thought was commendable, based on, you know, I guess, aesthetics outside and what they've done with their flowers and their bushes. So we saw a picture up on the screen tonight. We had Ward 1. This was 1410 Verlaine. Ward 2 was 95 El Dorado. Ward 3 was 1800 Levin. Ward 4 was 1640 Tyson Drive. Ward 5, 26 Jean Drive. Ward 6, 502 North Lafayette. Ward 7, 1075 St. Matthew. Ward 8, 645 Wilshire. Ward 9, your ward, that was 3375 Park Chateau. And Mayor's Choice tonight was Ward 6, 111 Rue St. Catherine.
Yeah, these are all very nice houses and good examples for everybody. I'm glad that I was able to have nominated 3375 Park Chateau. I did some driving around my ward, and I saw that house and I was just dazzled by it. So
great.
I had to take a picture and send it in.
Hearing from citizens. Now, this is a time, as you're getting used to, the residents get a chance to address the city council. It's not a question and answer period, but it is a time for you to come up, let the council know what you like about your city. If there's anything that you'd like to be changed, you can mention that there. But it's just a chance for you to let your voice be known to the city. Communications, there weren't any tonight. Public hearings, and this one was withdrawn. So again, kind of going into the reasoning of our light meeting.
Sure.
In second readings tonight, the first item was tabled, but let's take a second to talk about it. This was an ordinance authorizing an appropriation of $28,100 from a capital improvement fund This is going to be, or was planned to be, used towards repairs for a subdivision entrance monument for Calavera. Why was this tabled tonight? What are some of the discussions that the City Council is kind of in the midst of or in the process of? I know there was kind of a special work session before the meeting.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to try to describe adequately what happened here. You know, a couple of months ago, you might recall that the Paddock Estates monument at was it Newhall's Ferry and Estates Drive was hit by a car and knocked over, and so the city appropriated $28,000 to repair that as well. But that was with the understanding that the insurance was going to cover that. I'm not 100% sure whether it's like the motorist insurance, but some insurance was supposed to cover that and compensate the city. So just to take care of that monument in the short run, because it looks so bad when it's knocked down like that, you know. But in this case, you know, we don't know who the driver is. So
It's a hit and run.
It was a hit and run, so we don't have any insurance to, you know, go make a claim on, unfortunately.
And this is one where the subdivision that may have at one point had an association has really let the association fold. So the subdivision doesn't have money for it.
I believe that's the case, you know. So originally the proposal was to do this, but I mean, we ourselves were also concerned about the cost of this. This really does seem $28,000 just seemed exorbitant for us to just completely cover ourselves. But at the same time, we also got an outpouring of email to the mayor and the council members, including myself, with concerns about the cost. And I mean, you know, we shared that concern. So, you know, realizing that it's excessive and everything, we decided just to go ahead and, you know, not do it and look for another less expensive alternative. So.
And what are some of those alternatives that were being discussed in the executive session tonight?
Yeah, the ones I can recall are, you know, maybe like a small stone and a couple of flower pots, you know, something that would be really cheap like that, you know, rather than a big brick monument, you know, that costs, you know, tens of thousands to put together.
So the city might do some work to remove what's there, make the landscape, you know, look nice, be safe again.
And I agreed with Mr. Lee and Mr. Henke that that's a good proposal to, at least, you know, you can regard it as a public nuisance and get rid of it, also for the safety of children who might be playing around on it. We wouldn't want that thing to collapse on them, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, and just removing it would not be, in terms of money, would not be that big of a deal, and safety first anyway, right, you know. But to rebuild it or reconstruct it for $28,000 is just way too much, and we don't want to spend that kind of money. So,
do you think we're going to see this item that was tabled tonight? Will we see that again in 2 weeks? Will it be another month before that one comes back?
I'm not sure how long it will be, but it won't be in this form. I would imagine it will be. It'll be considerably different. So.
Okay. The next second reading tonight. This was an ordinance authorizing an appropriation of $270,000 from the Park Improvement Fund to account number 0961. This is capital additions, the replacement of ball field lights and light poles on fields 3 and 7 in St. Ferdinand Park. That passed tonight. It did have one public comment. And these general questions that usually come up about anything that the city is building or purchasing or installing is, you know, who's getting paid, who's doing the work, were there enough appropriate bids out, and you know, what are some of the landscapes, the backbone of why this person was selected?
Yeah, and I agree. Those are questions that all citizens should be asking. Unfortunately, I'm very new on the council.
Yeah, I don't want to put you under the hot light.
I don't have I'm not very privy to those details, you know, unfortunately. But I just knew that this was to, how should I say that the park was to be renovated in phases, so to speak, you know, to improve the ball fields and the light poles and things like that. And I was aware of that, and I just wanted to keep supporting that so it would be a better park for everybody. So
good. Okay. No board appointments tonight, and one bill for first reading. This was an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Florissant to enter into a contract with St. Louis County to provide for the city's participation in the multi-jurisdictional drug task force for the beginning of July 1st, 2015. That passed tonight. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Yes, basically our city is going to cooperate with the county in terms of, you know, like looking for drug dealers and drug activity, which does happen in the city as well as the county. And basically any time that we're willing to do that. I do get complaints from citizens in my wards about drug dealing activity here and there, and I have to report it to, to the city government so they can take care of it. And anything that would help in that regard, I'm glad to support. So, does
the county just have a larger force, a larger capability of handling some of this activity?
It may be in some ways. Maybe that may be the reason why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that finished up the meeting, and what we always want to focus on, especially tonight with you being new to the council, is the council announcements. This is the fun part of the show. So don't hold back.
Okay.
What's going on in your ward that you want to make sure that your citizens know about?
Two things mainly that maybe three things mainly that I can think of. This coming Thursday, so only 3 days from now, we have the Ward 5, 7, 8, and 9 picnic at Thursday, June 25th, 6 p.m. at Dunnigan Park. So come and meet all your council members there. I don't think it's going to be limited to just the council members from those 4 wards. Some others may be there, and the mayor may be there as well. Although I'm not 100% sure about his schedule, but
And you're responsible for the weather, so you've got to make sure that it's nice.
Yeah,
not too hot, not too rainy, not too humid.
When I got elected, I took responsibility for the weather, so I'll do my best to make sure it's nice on that day and not too rainy like it was last week, And also this Saturday we have Fiesta in Florissant, which I believe is on the Knights of Columbus grounds, and I'm going to be there for that, and I hope everybody will be there as well. So.
And some of the other things that were mentioned tonight, we've got the food truck event was moved to this Thursday. Also remember to bring canned goods for team to drop off for their donations. And Sunset Park, the mayor mentioned that the trails that go down to the riverfront, that part of Sunset Park is closed right now, obviously due to flooding. The water's come in, the Missouri River has raised up a bit, and those trails are underwater, and even when it recedes, there'll be a lot of cleanup work to do. So if you're looking for a good place to walk, just don't head down to the Sunset Trails.
Right. And also we have, we're not going to have another meeting before July 4th, so we may want to mention the fireworks at the Egan Center on July 4th. Hope everybody makes it for that. It'll be we have that every year.
It's one of the biggest events for the city of Florissant.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it too. So it'll be my first time as a council member.
That's
so
right.
I'm looking forward to it in that regard as well. So.
Great. Yes, so it's the city fireworks, July 4th. And I'm sure most of you watching already have your spot picked out where you kind of sit every year.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you going through the agenda. This is, just a great opportunity for us to talk to the residents and to go through the meeting. And this was a good time for them to get to know you a little bit.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Thanks,
Glad to
Tommy.
be here. All right.
And thank you for watching. I'm Russ Inman. This has been Council Action. We'll see you next time.